Happy New Year, everyone. Well, it may not be the first of the year for you, but this is my first podcast, and I am recording it on January 1st of 2026. Hi, I'm Colleen Lowe, and in my podcast, Whispers, I'll be talking to you mainly about essential oils, but also various ways to use them, carrier oils, and related items. It's my wish to keep the podcast short, but full of good information. So why don't you subscribe right now so that you don't miss anything come the future? So many people are using essential oils these days, but a great percentage aren't using them correctly. And it's my passion to help you learn the correct way. I'm all about helping you live a healthier life with the use of essential oils and organics. So, do you know the right oils to be using with your dog or around your dog? What about babies? Do you know? So, why have I called the podcast Whispers? You see, the chemical properties in essential oils whisper healthy messages to our bodies. Yeah, I know. Some of you are saying, what do you mean whisper? They shout. Well, that's when all the chemicals are blended together. But individually, they whisper. Yeah, healthy messages. So I feel in my excitement to get this first one off and running, I probably should tell you who I am and where do I get off making it known that I know a whole lot about essential oils and perhaps you don't. Well, here goes. Hi, I'm Colleen Lowe, and I'm the founder and formulator of organic body care products at Entourage Organics, situated in Oakville, Ontario, Canada. And back in the early 90s, I used to suffer from panic attacks. And I know that was a long time ago. And I wouldn't go to malls. I wouldn't be doing this. No way. No. But I wanted to get beyond. So I forced myself to go to a small mall one day on my lunch. I drove there. I sat in my car and I said, okay, you're going to go in. No, I can't. Yes, you can. And I made myself go in. And soon after going in, lo and behold, there was a health food store and it had a bookshelf sitting outside. So I went, just look at the books. Just calm down, look at the books. And lo and behold, there was a book that spoke to me. It said, do you suffer from anxiety? I thought, this is a setup. Anyways, I grabbed the book and I flipped through it. And the first thing I read about was essential oils. What? Now, this is going back in the early 90s. Essential oils were not very common back then. It was like, what are these things? So anyways, I asked the shop owner, do you have this particular oil? Oh, yeah. And they had the book. So I bought the book and I bought the oil and I started using it that evening. And we can kind of say the rest is history because it helped me so much that I started researching and I discovered a brand new course starting at Sheridan College. It was a 3-year program on essential oils. I'm in the first graduating class. Yes. Way back then in the middle of the 90s. After that, I took a course with Robbie Zek. She's a naturopath in Australia, and she offers a program that she teaches in various places around the world called aromatic kinesiology. I then went on to work for an essential oil house in the UK, so I learned about gas chromatography and everything else firsthand. And I did some teaching both here in Canada and in the Channel Islands of the UK, and that was a lot of fun. So have you subscribed yet? Because there will be more issues. You don't want to miss out on something important. I am forever researching. And perhaps you have a question. Hey, you can put that question down below and I would be checking them. You never know what we might talk about in a future podcast, something that you asked about. And are you aware that you can't use certain essential oils if you're on prescription blood thinner drugs, medication? These are just some of the things, you need to learn about. You need to be careful because essential oils are very, very powerful. So anyways, I'd like to thank you for being here today and sharing in this new year. It's going to be a good one. And I sure hope you've subscribed. And this is not my one and only podcast. No. This has been my intention for a long time, and I'm finally living up to it. And if you'd like to go to my website, that address is www.makesoap.ca, because I make soap in Canada, eh? So with love, grace, and gratitude, I want to thank you for being here on my first ever podcast and wish you all the best today. Thanks. Take care. Colleen.